Sellers across America are dropping their housing prices. Today we're going to look at new data by Redfin that suggests the housing market boom may be coming to an end. My name's Tommy Jordan. I'm a real estate agent and mortgage broker here in Southern California. Let's get right into this article. The share of home sellers who dropped their asking price shot up to a 6-month high of 15% for the 4 weeks ending May 1st, up from 9% a year earlier. The 5.9% increase is the largest annual gain on record, it says, since 2015. What's happened in this market is there's a lot of unrealistic sellers. So sellers are listing their houses for these crazy astronomical prices, and since there's such little inventory, I'm a realtor out here in the Palm Springs area, and typically a neighborhood, let's say they might have 50 homes typically on the market. We're seeing maybe 2 to 3 homes in that residential neighborhood, which is insane. So what happens is a home sells in July of last year for $700,000. The next neighbor listed for $750,000 in August. It goes for $770,000 in September. Then the next person comes on and lists it for $800,000 in like October. And then by the end of the year, it's $900,000 in that neighborhood. I mean, it's literally that crazy. For home buyers, the article says, typical monthly mortgage payment skyrocketed a record 42% to a new high during the same period. In a year, a 42% gain on a mortgage payment. Due to interest rates rising, most of that gain in that payment amount is due to interest rates, but it also is due to inflation as well. Although a growing share of sellers are responding to the palpable drop in home buyer demand by lowering their prices, sellers remain far outnumbered by buyers. So the typical home flies off the market at the fastest pace on record and for more than its asking price. Leading indicators of home buying activity. So now we're going to take a look and see how buyers are responding to, like, for example, mortgage payments being 42% higher than last year. What are buyers doing? Is that demand cooling off? Fewer people search for homes for sale on Google. Searches during the week ending April 30th were down 7% from a year earlier. That's pretty big, 7%. Requests for home tours, this is through Redfin's home shopping portal, and other home buying services from Redfin agents were down 1% year over year, and it dropped 10% in the past 4 weeks, compared with a 1% decrease during the same period a year earlier. Touring activity from the first week of January through May was 24 percentage points behind the same period in 2021. So we're seeing less people requesting home tours, less tours actually taking place, less people searching on Google for homes for sale. Mortgage purchase applications were down 11% from a year earlier, while seasonally adjusted index increased 4% a week over week during the week ending April 29. 30-year mortgage rates increased to 5.27%, the highest level since 2009. Let that sit in a little bit. I recently heard something, it's a little superstitious, but I heard if you hit that like button, that'll help actually bring down inflation and help the housing market to go to a little more normal, cooler levels. Thanks. Let's wrap this up, and I'm going to show you some more data showing that the housing market boom is slowing down and we're cooling off, guys. Median sales price plus 17% year over year. So you could see, I mean, we have 2020, 2021, 2022. Look at that. In 2020, in January, the median sales price, $275,000, okay? Now, $396,000 across the US, median sales price up. Okay, median asking price, so the price they're asking, 16.5%. Okay, look at this, 408,000 pending sales, down 3.6% year over year. Check this out. We're actually seeing that sales are down almost 4%. So you could see a little bit of that home buyer demand waning just a tiny bit because there still is low inventory. New listings of homes, negative 5.7%. And I can see this, guys. I really feel like if you look at these charts, look at this. I feel like we're at a tipping point where this boom, where we're going to be having a cool down, a slow down. It has to happen with interest rates, with what's taking place, even with such a little amount of inventory. Just homebuyer demand's gonna wane, and I think we're gonna start getting more listings on the market. So we're still at negative 5.7% active listings of homes for sale, down 17% year over year. So you can see in 2020, there was about 900,000 homes on the market. And look at us now. I mean, around 500, in between 5 and 600,000. But you could see it is making an upward trajectory here, guys. So more listings are starting to slowly come on the market. 56% of pending sales under contract within 2 weeks. That's amazing. You put your home on the market, boom, under contract, you got a buyer. 42% of pending sales under contract within 1 week. That just shows you how much pent-up demand there is, that when a home is listed, within the first week, there's 10, 15 offers. I mean, I've heard of even 20 to 30 offers, depending on the price point. Homes sold in a median of 16 days. That is really, really fast. You can see a few years ago, homes were selling in around 60 days. So yeah, things are still hot. 56% of homes sold above list price. I mean, that's pretty big, right? So the price someone lists their home for, let's say it's $500,000, they're most likely getting 510, 520,000, possibly even more, depending on the market. 4% of listings had price drops. Look at this. From the beginning of the year, it was at 2% of listings had price drops. It just shot up dramatically, and I think this is directly tied to interest rates. It just is. Average home sold for 102.8% of list price, right there. And home buyer demand down 1% year over year. You could see, I think it's gonna go down, guys. It's just right here. My big takeaway for you is this. 15% of all sellers have reduced their asking prices. That's huge. I think this market boom we've been having, I sort of talked in cursive there. This boom is coming to an end, okay? This isn't gonna go forever. I think we're at a pivotal point. I think we'll start even seeing more price reductions because there's just gonna be less buyers in the market with these higher interest rates. Less people can afford those monthly mortgage payments. I think if you have to buy now, remember, real estate is one of the best long-term investments you could have. Plan to hold for 7 to 10 years and you'll be fine. This isn't financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube. But if you want to stay up to date on the housing market, you're going to need to subscribe. A lot of you are watching without subscribing. Please join me in this journey. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.